Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays,
You filthy animals.
and a Happy New Year.
Just kidding.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Los Chingones podcast with your host, Ray Gonzalez, and
Oscar
my boy.
Benitez, you already know.
Yes. So this one is this podcast is going to be a good one. I think it's a motivational one, an inspirational one for some people. I think it's only fair for us since, we're fitness trainers as well. Those that don't know, I own a gym called Savage Elite Fitness. Oscar works there as well. And us as fitness trainers are very motivated people. And I think it's only fair for us to try to give some inspiration and motivation, because that's what we do for a living, is guide people, motivate people to a healthier lifestyle, to push themselves mentally. It goes above and beyond just physical, so
Definitely.
we train our bodies in and out of the gym, and I think it's only fair for us to talk about this. So the other day we asked a question, or we made a post on IG, and we asked people to kind of give us some topics, and this is one that really was a good one for us. And the person asked to talk about New Year's resolutions and how to stick to them, how to hold yourself accountable, and how to even begin with setting goals. So this whole podcast is pretty much going to be talking about setting goals, New Year's resolutions, how to stick to it, how to accomplish them, and, when the motivation fades, how to stay disciplined with it. So let's just kind of go right into that. Oscar, what do you think about that? So
Sticking to goals.
yeah, for how to stick to them for your New Year's resolution. Let's start with that, because I think that's something that probably pisses us off a lot.
Oh, definitely.
Especially in the fitness industry, we deal with a lot of people that have these New Year goals, and then a month happens, and then it's like, oh shit, I quit.
Let me just put an example out there. Let's talk about fitness, obviously, because we're trainers, and a lot of people could relate to that. Because I feel like when the new year is coming, everyone's always like, I want to lose weight. That's my goal, right? But they set their goals. They don't, you want to approach your goal, you have to have a short-term goal and a long-term goal. So you got to take it step by step.
And let's break that down. That's important. Short-term and long-term, because long-term or unrealistic goal is I want to look like Shakira.
Yeah.
A lot of people come in and
look like Kim Kardashian.
I want to look like this model or whatever they see. And it's okay, we don't want to put you down and be like, that's not going to be you. But in reality, it's probably not going to be you, because that person literally lives for that lifestyle.
Definitely.
And you probably don't. You're probably super busy, doing things at work, doing things at home that is not that important to you to sacrifice what that person does. And then on top of that, there's a lot of things that, Photoshop, there's a lot of,
BBLs.
Yeah, there's a lot of surgery
that.
stuff. So don't let that fool you, but don't let it also put you down that you possibly can't look a certain way, because you totally can. But we just got to figure out your goal. So making sure that long-term goal isn't something that's unreachable. Don't make this this is going to be, I'm trying to look like Shakira. Just be serious. What do you want to attain? And then now from there, it allows you to execute those small goals. Yeah. And then going into small goals, Oscar, how would you approach that small goal?
So it's as a trainer, I have a client, and it's okay, this is our goal for this week to improve maybe our movement patterns, especially if they're barely getting into fitness. Okay, let's learn how to squat correctly this week, and then we go on from there. Okay, let's try to lose a pound this week, and you just keep scaling up. That's just going to build the motivation, because then you're going to look back from week 1 to week 4, and you're going to be like, oh crap, I'm actually doing 5 push-ups when we first got here. I wasn't even able to do any push-ups. So
exactly.
That kind of pushes you forward, and you just start keeping track of the progress.
It's those little steps, those little milestones for people that they see damn, I couldn't do that. Now I can do that. 2 weeks passed, now I can do that. Look at now my pants fit a little bit looser. Mm-hmm. Those little things, you got to remind people that, because that's really what fitness in general is about, getting to your goals, being consistent. And that's with anything. And that's the crazy thing about fitness is if you can push yourself through fitness and attain goals, when you get there, it's damn, I got there. And then you just become overall more confident. But not just that, you become more goal oriented in your whole life as a whole. because then you could, you apply the gym skills that you've learned
to real life situations.
To real life situations to get better and better, whether that's saving a little bit at a time. You want to be a millionaire or whatever. You're not going to be a millionaire tomorrow unless you win the lottery, but it's very, few. So you got to put you got to make a plan. It's always with a plan. You got to make a plan. You got to execute that plan. And you got to be consistent, whether it's like, I'm going to save this much or I'm going to put this much into my retirement, whatever it is, you just got to have a plan. So going into, New Year's resolutions, make some achievable goals. Don't try to take more than you, or don't try to set something more than you can handle at the moment. Of course, we all want to get to, from A to Z, but we need to get to B first and then C and then D, and, got to make those little steps. And as long as you're consistent, you're going to get to those goals.
And then just investing, sometimes you need to invest the time, or, even if it's investing in a trainer. If you don't know how to work out, I feel like a lot of the times that people try to reach a potential goal and they're like, okay, I'm gonna start going to the gym, but they have like no knowledge. They feel insecure. First of all, they don't want to step into that weight room and look dumb.
It's intimidating.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you can look at a video on YouTube, but then you're just in there like
doing the same exact thing in the video. You don't know your form's correct. You might do it for a week or two, and then it's like, okay, am I even doing anything correctly? Yeah. What is this doing for me? And like, you need to definitely recommend hiring a good trainer. Check the trainer Carfax.
Yeah, and the thing about it too, they might be like, man, that's so expensive. But the way I look at it is like, you're not going to be training with a trainer forever. Our goal as a trainer is to help you reach that potential goal, and eventually kind of like you grow out of that nest and you're able to do it yourself. You understand programming. You become the teacher.
It's like you're investing into mentorship. Yeah. It's like anything you do, you're investing into knowledge, so then it can be applied to you. So then you could eventually apply it in your life, and you no longer need someone unless you want to keep paying. Sometimes it's always great to keep paying your trainer, whatever that is, consistently, because you just like to be around them. It's just motivating, and that's totally fine.
That extrinsic motivation.
Yeah, that's totally fine. But it's just an investment. That's all it is. It's an investment for your knowledge, for yourself, for your health. And a lot of people forget that. So don't forget about your health. Everybody wants to, drive the nice car, do this, do that, go on vacation. That's all awesome. We all want that. But, wouldn't it be better if you just exercise and invested a little bit? And I'm not telling you got to look like a model. You got to look fucking shredded. Like, no, it's just a little bit, 2 times a week, 3 times a week, just to be healthy, guys. Eat a little bit better. Food choices you do, things like that. For example, I was going to talk about this. I don't want to interrupt Oscar, but there was a lot of people like drinking soda. I'm not a really big soda drinker. I don't ever drink soda, but if you do like soda, you want that little bite, that little bubbly here and there. Obviously, sparkling water is good, but some people still want something sweeter. So I recommend something like this, Zevia. And we're not sponsored by them. We're not trying to shout them out, nothing like that.
Maybe one day,
yeah. But yeah, doing choices like this, guys, like replacing your Coca-Cola or your Pepsi or your Mountain Dew, all that BS crap that's in there, something like this. Literally 0 calories, better quality. Literally ingredients is carbonated water, stevia leaf extract, natural flavors. Pretty much it, So little things like that. Changing your oils you use when you cook, from like vegetable oil, canola oil, palm oil, to like like coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil. Don't cook with that. You can eat with your salads or whatever. Avocado oil, macadamia nut oil. A lot of healthier oils for you. Those little changes are going to make you healthier. Hydrating more, sleeping better. Those are things that you do that can help you, I guess, health wise. So little things like that, guys, help you stay consistent with your goals there. And I guess maybe, I don't know if this guy was talking about you just being fitness related, but again, this could be
like, say you're trying to start up a business and you think, just going back from my experience, let them know probably your experience. In 2017, I was only like fucking 21, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna launch a fitness brand, and I'm over here thinking like this is gonna be good. I'm gonna be able to have help for my brother and my sister-in-law, and they're gonna help me push this out. But like, I had no title. Like, they didn't know who I was. Like, they didn't know I was a fucking trainer. So they're like, oh, what's this fitness brand? Bro, it was like, I was only probably making $500 a month.
Yeah.
And I invested all that money knowing that I'm gonna be fucking broke. But at least I tried, because if I didn't take that step, like right now, I wouldn't be trying to push this project I have coming up, which is the same thing, the same clothing brand. But now I have a plan. I planned it out, and it's like patience. Like, this was back in fucking 2017, and now it's gonna be 2021. And now it's pretty much set, but I don't have that mindset. Like, this is gonna be successful right on. Like, I'm gonna have that patience.
Yeah. So,
you know?
so I guess what Oscar's trying to say, now we're going a little bit to the business side of it. If it's a goal that you want to accomplish, other than just, you doing a fitness and health for yourself, he's talking about his personal experience. If you're setting a goal for, starting a brand or starting a company, starting a business, he said that he started back in, you said 2017,
2017, bro.
And, the way he thought it was just like, I'm going to just create this, put my logo on this stuff, and then I'm going to push it out and everybody's going to buy it. And that sounds great. That's an awesome mentality to have in the beginning, but that just usually doesn't work that way. Because at the end of the day, like, you're excited about it, but a lot of people don't really know you. And not just you. I'm talking about you as like everybody that tries to do that. Like, people won't really know who you are. You need to push it. I always tell people part one of starting a business is just starting it. It's coming with an idea. And then it's just putting it to fruition, like making it actually there. Like, if it's like your product, your clothing, you set it up, you get your business license, you do this, you do that, and then you print, you get your stuff, your clothing, and then it's like, it's there. You're like, whew, I got a business now.
So now
part two is like, what's next? How do you market it to the masses? How do you do that? How do you push it out? And that's where it's like the hardest part.
Yeah.
Which is you just got to connect with people, network with people, do sponsor ads on Instagram, and you just got to be consistent with it. Just know that you're not going to make money in the beginning.
Also having like good quality, like sometimes you might want to invest in something, and like, to be honest, you got to invest in the best, that way, your shit is good. And you don't overthink it. Like, is this going to be good or not?
Yeah.
Like, fuck. If it costs you, I mean, that's why you got to save up your money and be able to manage your money. That's a for sure thing. Because if I could do it and I'm not making that much money, which it was money that I saved up because, like, I really, really believed in this, like, brand, I mean, then you can do it.
Yeah, because if you don't believe in your own brand or your own quality or your own stuff that you sell, then nobody is. And I think what Oz was trying to say, too, kind of like, it almost goes back to how we said, like, when someone comes in with a mindset of like trying to train with us or just train in general and say, I want to look like this person, like this, like Shakira or whatever, I don't know why I keep saying Shakira, but
Shakira.
But
it's them YouTube videos,
right, yeah. But it's like kind of like that same mindset. Like someone like Oscar came in with the mindset of like, oh, I'm gonna make this brand, everybody's gonna buy it because of this. And it just doesn't work that way. So that's very easily a way to get unmotivated because you're shooting too far. And it's like, it's great to dream, but you got to have the plan that's going to get you there. It's great to be like, I'm going to be the best brand or I'm going to be the best this. And that's great. Keep that in your mind. But you're not going to be the best in the beginning. You have to, you don't deserve anything. Nobody owes you anything. You have to put in the work to take those steps to get there. Like I said, A to Z doesn't happen. It's A, B, C, D, E. And you might have to go from E back to C again. And you might have to go back and forth and then you can continue going. It's just, it takes time. And so that's the same process that you would do in fitness. So that's why it transfers over so well with anything else you do in life, because those challenges, you learn how to break those mental barriers and you learn how to not give up easily.
Definitely. Like, I just started my online like training, so I'm selling like guides and programming. This was probably like a month ago. I launched it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I only made like 8 sales up till now. But I don't let that discourage me. I'm like, okay, well, how can I attract people to invest in this program that's gonna help them? So I kind of got to take a step back. Maybe like talking to Ray, him giving me some feedback. Okay, this is what I can do. The marketing, I think, is huge because people don't know, like, oh, what the hell is in this program? So I started making IGTV videos talking about what's in the program. And I mean, it's taking a step by step and having that patience, not losing that confidence, even though it's just like, fuck, but.
And that's a perfect thing that you just said. Like, you haven't really made that many sales off your online programs. I mean, you have it, you made it. We talked about it for a while where I said you should do it. and then you made it. You know what I'm saying? You put it out there. The good thing is that you did make it. So the good thing is you have the platform now. But remember, I told you, like, the hardest part is how do you get it to the masses? How do you get it to people to know who you are? Why should they invest into yours and compare to somebody else? Yeah. And again, I like that Oscar's honest about that, because it's something that, like, a lot of people like set goals and then they're like, especially when it comes to businesses, and then, like, you know, they act like everything's great, like, oh yeah, we're making tons of money, but in reality, they're suffering. You know, they're really not making sales. And it's good to be transparent with people so they know that, you know, it's not easy. So like Oscar understands the fact that he's made a few sales, but it's going to take some time to continue growing, and he's got to figure out what's the next step that he needs to do. And as long as he executes and continues understanding that, he's going to continue making more sales and more sales. And that's where he's at right now. And then, for example, like, I'm sorry, it's the
tamales and the pozole last night.
It's this Santa hat. I had to go deliver Christmas gifts. I'm a little tired.
Young Santa, El Latino,
young Santa, the chain on. Yeah. But yeah, I think just being transparent. Like I said, everybody, everybody takes wins. There's always wins and losses for everybody. Even myself, like I said, I'm glad that Oscar was transparent with that. But even myself, like, I started this coffee company called Royal Class Coffee during quarantine. I love it. I wanted to push it, but I just haven't had time to, what would I say?
Fully invest
into it, because I have my other business, my gym. It's always done well. And, you know, and during this pandemic, it's still standing strong, and it's going to continue after. But I think it's been so hard to focus on another business if I can't put my all on it right away. It does. Don't get me wrong. It did make a lot of good sales, but to the point where, like, now it was like I have to go take it to stores and things, and I just don't have time to take it to stores and things. So I put it on hold. So we're going from A to B to C, and like I said, we stayed at C. We're going to D, but I paused it at C. You know, not Z. We're not there yet, but I paused it at C, and then from there we'll revalue things as time continues. The brand is there, and then we'll continue growing it. So it's just like I said, don't get discouraged because things don't work out as quickly as possible as you think. You can get a little unmotivated, but don't lose that discipline that you put in this work. It's gonna come out even better and stronger. But you know what I'm saying? Understand when it's time to pull the plug a little bit or press pause and then continue going. You know, it's okay to make decisions. Don't worry about what other people are thinking of what's happening. You know, who gives a shit? It's just keep working. You know what you got going on. So again, yeah, just understanding those adjustments, and then that way you can continue growing if it's what you're trying to do with a business. So it's very hard to keep a business going, but it's very doable.
And a lot of people are scared taking that big step. That was me, for example. You know, I'm trying to start this online clothing business that we've talked about, and it's like, okay, now I'm gonna have to take things in a matter of my hands. And that's why I talked to Ray, like, how is it? What do I got to do? The whole process, like, bro, you're gonna be dealing like with bills, this and that, and I'm just like, fuck, you know, like, I want to be eventually like the owner of the clothing, you know, and run my own like business off of that, because that's something I've always. You
want to be an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur. You want to have your own business. You want to have your own thing. Exactly. And the thing is, like, you know, Oscar's kind of learning from me a little bit. I'm pretty sure he learns from his brothers and other people he knows. And it's like, again, it's like mentorship. Like, I've been through the process, and I'm still, you know, you're still learning. You never know everything, but it's always good to learn from someone that's already doing it or is already doing pretty well from it. And so that's another thing. Like, if you have goals in fitness, if you have goals in making a business, if you have goals of anything, find a mentor, find someone that you can kind of, you know, surround yourself with that's going to allow you to grow, to learn from them.
That's the thing. You always got to continue to grow.
You can't be around someone that does not want to start a business, that does not want to get fit. That, you know, if you're around someone that does not want to get fit, they always want to go out to eat crap, and you want to get fit, you're going to be unfit. You're going to end up losing it. You're going to end up hanging around those people. And there's nothing wrong with those other people. It's just you're not aligning with them. Mm-hmm. You know, so then you have to make an adjustment. Be like, all right, I can't be around you all the time because I got different goals. If you're trying to make a business and you're around 9-to-5ers and you're trying to tell them your goals,
they're just like, oh, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong.
Hey, let's go to the bar.
There's nothing wrong with 9-to-5ers. There's a lot of people that make a lot of money doing that, and that's totally fine. Mm-hmm. But if you're someone that's an entrepreneur that wants to grow, that wants to actually, that has this dream of creating clothing brand, creating new chocolate bar, I don't know, whatever it is. And you're telling these dreams or these ideas to people that aren't mentally aligned with you, they're not going to understand. So then what happens? You start filling your mind with self-doubt. And when you put your mind with self-doubt, you start thinking about like, well, maybe I shouldn't do it. But if you put yourself around people that are already thinkers like you, they're going to be like, bro, or hey, you know,
help elevate
you should do this. That's a great idea. I never thought about that, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Just go for it. If you fail, who gives a shit? At least you tried, and you take that doubt that what if I would have done this? You know what I'm saying? You got to always try. There's always something out there. Eventually, you'll create something that you're passionate about and that you could financially live off of. And then remember that you'll have a lot of free time for yourself in the long run. It's a longer road. It's a more complicated road, but it's a very, very rewarding one if you make it. So yeah, definitely the surrounding guys. If how do you set your goals? Like someone was asking that, is how do you set your goals and like, you know, attain them, or just how do you even begin with setting goals? It start with your surroundings. Make sure that your surroundings are positive influences. And that's just your environment. It doesn't mean just people, but anything. You know, where you're at doesn't matter. Just fix your surroundings first. Make sure that all that aligns with your goals.
And manage your time. Like managing your time is going to be really important. That way you have a set time where you're working on a certain project. I mean, I think like just for example, like we have our Fridays set for podcasting. And then the rest of the time, I mean, we're focusing on clients, whatever we're trying to work on, our projects. But time management, I think, is key.
That's important because like he was saying, that's another thing we talk about. A perfect example ourselves. You know, I'm the owner of Savagely Fitness. I'm always, you know, I'm running the gym. It's a lot that you got to deal with when you're running a business. So there's a lot, you know, here, there, this, that, everything. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I also train, you know, personal clients here at the gym. I do some online work with some clients. You know what I'm saying? All those things are part of my job, and all that stuff adds up. On top of it, trying to make content, you know, like this for you guys to understand, for you guys to learn, for you guys to laugh, whatever it is.
Pongan las pilas.
Yeah, for you guys to hate us, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like we try to put some content out, so we try to make it good enough for you guys, and we try to find a time that's just, that makes it work for us, because at the same time when we're training, we're mentally focused on these people, trying to get them better. You know, I'm giving my energy. I'm pretty sure Oscar understands that too. He's giving all his energy to those clients, positivity, pushing them, guiding them. So when you come home, you're kind of mentally drained because you're just pushing these people to get better. And I'm a big believer in you know, energy. And if you're passing good energy off to people, you're going to get good energy back. But a lot of times you're pushing good energy to people that really don't want that energy. And you got to realize when to stop pushing that, because then you get drained.
Damn right.
But yeah, that's part of our job. You know, we're pushing this energy. We're helping them out. So we got to make sure that our time is managed right, because we don't want to come in and do a shitty podcast where we're kind of malnutridos as fuck. And we're like,
to be honest,
you know, so we try to make sure we put some good content out. But yeah, that's like setting your goals. Like our goal was to make sure we drop the podcast weekly. Maybe we might not get a week every week, but we try to do a podcast every other week and drop it out there. And again, that's time management, setting a goal, being consistent with it. You know, we've done a couple podcasts where we've recorded and then we just don't drop it because we just don't feel it.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine. You might look at it like it looks natural for us, and that's fine. But at the same time, it's like, you know, we all get a little nervous when we start this. We all get a little anxious, little jitters. We start forgetting a little bit about what we're going to talk about, and that's normal. We're humans. But all you got to do is just start and be consistent, and we have been consistent. So just an example of ourselves, of goals that we're setting, because we wanted to keep doing this podcast, or else this podcast wouldn't be continuing growing, you know, and appreciate everybody supporting this podcast, because it has grown a little bit in the last 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months.
So appreciate you. We've hit over 500 subscribers on the YouTube.
In the work, you know. Like we've been like always throwing ideas to each other. What should we do? You know, coming into the podcast, we had a lot of ideas, and finally we kind of figured out what we were kind of aiming for.
And not just that, like just obviously investing a lot of money in equipment, investing time, you know, away from family and things like that, because
traveling.
Sometimes we got to go. Sometimes we got to like time, like I said, we're running the business. I'm doing all the clients, all this, that. And then we got to set time for like doing something that's not necessarily making us money. This is not for us to make money. Like that's the way we saw it. We don't do this to make money. We do this to give people an idea of how we think, you know, and how we can help people out there, how we can make people laugh, how we can give some guidance, how we can let people know, like we said, si se puede, link with like-minded individuals. And this can help you get motivated. And this could be something that'll give you those New Year resolutions. You might be like, hey, you know, that's something that we would love to you know, to be known for, is people might watch our videos and be like, damn, because we watched that video, I got motivated. Because we watched that video, I did this.
Like they can relate to us, and it's just an inspiration for you.
Yeah, because we're just like you guys watching us, you know. But if you're hating on us, then we're not like you guys.
Ni modo, but they're still watching though. Fuck.
It's okay.
Let's talk about a couple of goals that we've had, you know, the New Year's coming up that we've actually did in 2020.
So just this whole year?
Yeah, like a couple things that you got done that you actually came through with. Let's talk about that before we get into our New Year's, like New Year's goals, I guess.
Yeah, the New Year's for our New Year's goals. Okay, so just kind of to sum it up real quick.
Recap.
Well, one of my goals was to travel to Europe again. I got to do that on my birthday, and that was one of my goals. So we went earlier this year to Europe. That was fun again. We went to Switzerland. We went to Italy, and obviously France. So that was a goal. It was more like a vacation, just kind of hang out, but some way to start the year right.
Yeah.
But as far as like a business mindset goal was obviously starting Royal Class Coffee, just getting it up and running and becoming a company, and we got it done.
And then those unexpected goals, like the podcast.
And then obviously, the podcast, definitely. The podcast was something that I started myself. It was last December I started it, and it was called Project Savage. And I was just the same kind of stuff that we were doing, that we're kind of doing now, but it was named Project Savage. It was just by myself. But you know, again, it gets kind of complicated to do content on your own. And then obviously this whole COVID stuff just kind of slowed things down, and I hate talking about COVID. It pisses me off, but it just always goes back to it. But it wasn't an obstacle. We made it work, you know, and like the goal was to let's continue growing this podcast. So then we connected, we made it happen, and we've been consistent. So Los Chingones podcast was a goal of this year, and
we made it happen.
And it's growing, and we're excited to see it continue growing, and we're excited for the viewers that are watching this and, you know, supporting this. So that was a goal, and we're at it, and we're still here. You know, it's another December now, and that's pretty much a whole year of podcasting, which is exciting to know.
Every week.
Yep. Mm-hmm. What's another goal that we went through? I mean, I was a new father.
Oh, there you go.
So that was an exciting goal to have. You know what I'm saying? I was a new father in May, so that was big. Definitely changes me, but for the better, and motivates you more. So that's another thing. If you have children out there, that should be a big motivation for you to set your goals and stay healthy, to set your goals and grow your business, to set your goal to make more income doing some kind of work that you do, to set your goals, you know, whatever, to continue getting better. Because if you look at them, no matter when you're motivated, when you feel a little lost, just look at them and they'll motivate you to keep grinding. So that's definitely something that I can let you guys know when you feel a little down and you think you can't do it. Mm-hmm. Another goal. Let's see. Another goal that we probably accomplished.
I think just going back to, like, I don't think I had a goal once we hit like 2020.
You were lost
because I was still like, you know, I was gonna graduate. You know, I was over here thinking like, okay, I'm gonna travel this.
Well, actually, that's a good goal because you graduated this year. Right?
Oh yeah. So I graduated.
So Oscar's goal was to graduate UOP, right?
Yeah, UOP. So with us,
graduate of 2020. Oscar Benitez.
I'm just kidding. No, but graduated, got my bachelor's in sports pedagogy. Unfortunately, I didn't get to walk stage because of the whole COVID situation. All my trips got canceled, so it was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? That's when I met Ray. He got me on board. He was like, you should come into the gym. This is a potential growth for you. Because like, it's just crazy because I couldn't even use my degree anyways because all these schools were shutting down. So fuck, like this is unexpected. This unexpectedly happened. Ray gets me on board. it's hella funny because the first day he was like, okay, you're gonna come shadow me at 6 a.m. Let's just say I woke up at 7. I was like, fuck you. I know that's happened to some of y'all. But you know, I think because in the summertime I was sleeping so late, you know, and I actually slept early, but fuck, I just overslept. But after that, I was always on time. I would get to the gym probably like 15 minutes before.
Yeah.
And I've just kind of gotten used to that. But other than that, I just wanted to be a better person. I wanted to improve, elevate my game in training. So what I did, I invested actually in a couple of trainers. These were more like bodybuilding coaches. People were like, why are you investing in this? You're a trainer. I'm like, I don't know everything, all right? So I learned a lot. I learned a lot from Ray. It elevated my game. And I mean, I think with even this podcast, now having a goal, now trying to approach that online clothing business, everything has been falling into place, but I've been having patience so far, I think 2020, I learned a lot from. I appreciate everything around me. Who knows, like I'm not saying, you know, the whole COVID thing, but who knows how things could have turned out if like this whole pandemic never happened. It's crazy to think about, but
yeah, because there's a lot of positives, you know, and I hope you guys, I mean, within this negative time, there was a lot of positives for people out there, a lot of growth mentally.
Oh yeah. It either made you or it broke you, kind of thing, I guess.
Yeah.
You can put it that
definitely.
way.
I mean, a lot of businesses closed down. A lot of people lost their work. You know, but you know, again, you know, you recreate yourself. You don't just fall down. You fall down, you get back up. I think everybody should be built like that, but I mean, unfortunately, not everybody is. Again, one thing that you should always remember is, again, I said this earlier, but just remember that you don't deserve anything. Nobody owes you anything. And as long as you keep that mentality, it'll keep you hungry to keep grinding. Because the moment that I think like, well, I'm this or that,
or I'm the shit,
I'm the owner, so I deserve this, I've already worked too hard, I'm the shit, you know, type of mentality, that's when you fucked up.
Yeah. You got to continue.
Every day I got to wake up hungry.
Elevate yourself.
You know, even like when I wake up sometimes, you know, and I see like my trainers at the gym hustling, it motivates me to get up and go hustle. You know, sometimes you need that. You need someone else to motivate you. You know, sometimes he's watching my clients or just my members work out, you know, pushing themselves, you know, 40-year-old people, 50-year-old people, you know, whatever age group, busting their butt. And I see that. I'm like, I got to work out today. You know what I'm saying? Or I got to work out harder tomorrow, because it's just motivating to see that. So that means surrounding yourself with those people, around people that are like that. Once again, guys, it's your environment. It's the way you think. You got to change those things. Stop making a pity party for yourself, thinking that the world deserves, or that the world owes you, or you deserve everything, or you deserve something because of what you did.
You got to work for that shit.
Always, always, always. So that's, again, New Year's resolution and how to stick to them. I think that's kind of an example in how to hold yourself accountable, change your mindset, set your surroundings correct, and how to begin setting your goals. You know, same thing. Change your surroundings.
There's this phrase
change the way you think.
Where this guy's like, show me who your friends are and I'll tell you your future.
Yeah.
It's crazy, huh?
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, I surround myself with people that are just like-minded, that are motivating, that are wanting to grow. Even on Instagram, for those people out there, I don't, and I hope it's something that you learn. Maybe you already know, maybe you haven't. But on your Instagram, when you wake up and you go on your Instagram, I'm pretty sure everybody goes on their social media and they look, and you have, you know, you might follow people that might be, you know, this doesn't affect you necessarily direct. It's not directly to you, but it's negative people on your social media. That stuff could affect you because you start thinking about it like, oh, this is annoying. Like, you just got to unfollow those people. And it's not personal. It's just, you just don't want that type of energy around you, you know? So that's another tip.
Or an influence, you know?
Yeah, don't be influenced by social media. Feel free to unfollow people that you do not correlate with your mindset. You know, for me, I like to follow people that love to travel. I like to follow people that are business-minded. I love to follow people that are happy. I love to follow people that just want to continue growing. Because if I see that, then it motivates me. If I see a lot of BS, then it could be like, damn. And then even if you don't think about it, you'll see it every day. Eventually, it's just going to hit you and you're going to be like, kind of like in a funk. So social media, make sure you unfollow the people that are, unfriend the people that aren't correlating with you in your mindset, in your life, and in your lifestyle.
Let's talk about what our goal is now for 2021.
Yeah, so we can wrap it up with this one.
Yeah. So let's start with you, with the podcast first, and then we'll individually kind of talk about what goals.
So my goal for 2021, and anybody in the watching this, I want you guys to write down in the comment section, okay, what your goal is, what you want to accomplish in 2021. Because then, maybe at the end of the year, maybe in the middle of the year, maybe a few months from now, we can go back and look at this and be like, reply to another video that we make talking about this again and tell us if you did achieve that goal, and obviously if you've been watching us till then, we appreciate that. Yeah. But I think that'd be dope to put your goal for 2021. For me, obviously this podcast is very, very important to me because again, for me, it's just networking, continue networking, continue meeting people that are motivating, that are inspiring, that have the same mindset as I do, continue learning from people that are ahead of me, and positive people. So I'm excited to see who's next to sit next to us and talk to us and spit some game out to you guys so you guys can learn from them. And then just see how we grow on YouTube, how we grow on all our platforms that we have. I think it's going to be big for us. And it all comes from the people out there supporting us, watching us. So appreciate that. Obviously continue growing my business during COVID. We did take a little hit, but we're still standing strong. I think things are going to turn around and get 100 times better than it was before. Definitely see that coming up in a few months. The gym definitely continue growing. And then also growing with where my future is going, the new location that I'm going to be moving to and what kind of effect it's going to have on me and what kind of effect I'm going to have there. I see a lot of growth there. I'm not going to say where exactly. It's going to be in the LA or somewhere, but I'm definitely going to send foot there this year. So anybody out there that wants to work with me, some personal training, I'm going to have some stuff going out there eventually.
Yeah.
Oscar will too. He'll be out there soon.
That's the goal. I think that's where I feel like the market's at, like as far as like trainers, that's where I feel like I can elevate my game. Because everything's fast paced and that's the way we work. We're more like fast paced workers and it's just like where we're at.
We like to overthink stuff. We're big dreamers and I feel like a lot of people are like that
over there that we could relate to.
Yeah.
But like my goal is just to keep elevating myself in training, whether it's investing in different certifications that are going to improve me as a trainer. And then obviously my online training business, which I have a lot of confidence in, and whether it's going to take me a year or 2 years to get that going, hopefully.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to work for that. Other than that, like the podcast networking, it's cool that people get to know our personality, how we reach out to other people and we make all these connections. Like Ray said earlier, we don't make any money off of this, but I think it's pretty cool. Like we help inspire you guys. We make you guys laugh. Like that's our goal. We fucking love doing this.
Yeah. Cause like I said, again, it goes back to us being trainers. We train people all the time. We inspire them. We motivate them. We help them reach their goal. And I hope that's what we do. And I feel like there's more of us to give out that we have to do something like this for us to be able to reach to you guys, and for us, to help you guys out. So again, any questions that you guys have, put it in the comments. We try to reach out to everybody or hit us up on our Instagram, Los Chingones Podcast. My Instagram, Ray Gonzalez, 3 Z's at the end. Oscar's Instagram,
Oscar Benitez _12.
Don't worry, we're still not done. We're just letting you guys know where you can reach us out. But yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much as far as goals. I think another goal that I did have was obviously travel a little bit more.
I need to start traveling, dude.
I hope we're able to travel again because my goal, like that's crazy. Before I die, this is obviously a long-term goal. This is a Shakira goal. Is travel, right? Going back to Shakira. I want to look like Shakira.
Yeah, obsession.
Hell yeah. Is to travel the world completely. Like I want to be able
to hit
the
world in 80 days.
That too. No, I want to be able to hit all the hot spots, but all the unknown spots too around the world. I think if I die and I'm able to do that, or if I'm able to do that and then I die, I think
trying.
I'll die very, very happy.
Yeah.
And that'll be because I'll fill my heart up. And I think that's something a lot of people don't think about is what fulfills you. It's not the money. Money's just a byproduct to help you get around and do things and help people. But it's how do you fill your heart up? What fills your heart up? And one thing I tell people is, what did you like to do back when you were a child? Just kidding. No, play Game Boy. No,
Manuelita. Just kidding.
you know what I'm saying? Don't forget that you still got that child in you. And for me, it was like, I like to, like science things and history things and like archaeology shit. So it was like, oh, I like to travel. And I started fulfilling me. So find that out, find what that is. Literally look back. It might take some time and it'll always excite you. Like it's weird, but if you find that, you're going to be fulfilled inside. But definitely, guys, traveling is going to be big for me. Hopefully, coming soon again once this pandemic ends. But yeah, that's the Shakira goal. What's your Shakira goal?
My Shakira goal.
Everybody's gonna start saying that their Shakira goal.
Fuck, what is it? Yeah, honestly, traveling. I fucking love traveling. Even though I've only got in the States and probably just Dominican Republic and like Mexico or Cancun, but like I wanted to go to Europe after my graduation. That never happened, but definitely that though, like traveling, I think is what I want to definitely do eventually. Like once everything opens back up.
Catch me and Oscar, aka Los Chingones, in Europe, somewhere in Europe.
Los Chingones around the world.
We're gonna try to podcast with some people out there eventually.
Yeah,
y'all gonna see us. But all right, guys.
Spain, everywhere.
I think that's another episode of Los Chingones podcast. Finishing it up. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope we gave you some valuable information. Hope we got to the pointers of, getting your New Year's resolutions, setting your goals, and, how to not get unmotivated. And, see you guys on the next episode.
See y'all next year.